Hello everybody, my name is Gombuffrey, and did you know before there was a physical special split, if your type was this, you would be this. Now I've told you this before, but let's take Kingler and Feraligatr. Now Kingler has a great stat spread, and the physical special split let you use all these great coverage moves. Take a better Pokemon like Feraligatr, and it can do great damage. That's why I think this is an important thing to mention, as bad Pokemon could be very valuable. Now before we begin, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe and comment any of your thoughts on this video. Any criticisms or anything you think I could do better, I would very much appreciate. And your support would be very much appreciated again. Other than that, there's not much else I have to say to you other than enjoy the video, and now let's go into the rules. Rule 1 is if a Pokemon faints a snow, then I can only use them 2 items in battle. If a Pokemon faints, I can set if all my Pokemon faint, I can set a wipe and I must reset. I can only use water types in battle, other Pokemon for items are okay. Now, without further ado, let's begin. I'm Professor Rowan. Pick my name, my gender, and my reliable odor. And obviously, since he's not a reliable source, I can pick Piplup, which I named Jimbei. Now, for some reason, Jimbei is talking about he really wants to send packages, and he wants to talk about slavery and stuff. I don't really know where he's getting this from. I just got him, but like, has to be something important with him. Anyways, after running around for a bit and getting a few Pokeballs, which a fun fact you can get before the game, I'm able to catch Bidoof, I named God Usopp, and a Magikarp I named Big Mom, and I catch a Psyduck I named Sanji, and I'm able to quickly sweep the entirety of Rook's team, but I end up losing the first round because of bad RNG. But I try again, easily beating the Geodude and his Onix. I'm able to send out Jimbei and use a couple bubbles to take down his Cranidos. I evolve Jimbei and Usopp, beat up Mars, get a Shadow I named Bonnie, and after a bit of grinding with Shadow in the Woods, I'm able to get Big Mom to go and turn into a Gyarados. Now it's time for Gardenia, and this is where I lost a lot due to obvious type matchups. Now my idea was to come in with Big Mom, and for Big Mom to basically wait out the turns until everyone else could whittle down to her last Pokemon and then sweep with her, but since she's a flying type. But obviously this plan doesn't work, and in my first attempt I lost at the very end, but I was able to come back. I thought, okay, it's better if I just reset now. Okay, so here's the plan now, is that I'm going to switch constantly, and once the Turtwigs reflect and sunlight goes away, I can easily send out Big Mom to use a couple bites to take down Cherim. Then I send in Bidoof and it's Danan. I have to sack him. My favorite Straw Hat. Anyways, I'm able to use a couple bites and take down Roseray easily. Now it's time for Jupiter, and after Sanji easily clears out her Zubat, I can easily take down her Skuntank, with my Dragon Rages. Now I got the Earthquake TM, and I have an idea what I'm going to use it on. After I get an EV named Kobe, I start for the Ghost type gym. Now Nami, almost, now this is where I reset again because, well, I have a plan and I know it works. So Nami comes out and uses 2 pursuits on the Duskull to get out. Now it's time for me to bite her Mismagius. Then I send out Sanji to use his confusions against Haunter. I catch a Golden I named Izzo and a Marill I named Carrot. After spending some good old money at that gambling site to evolve Nami, get a Remoraid called Bum Yasop, and Nami eventually dies. I catch a Sherlock named Chopper and a Wingull I named Big News Morgan. Now it's time for the fight with Aileen. After her Meditite goes down, I send out Sanji to take down Hamachoke. Now it's time. Now with a couple flamethrowers from Big Mom, she takes Lucario, I evolve most of my team, getting them to their stages, and I finally teach Chopper Earthquake, and he dies in the next battle I use him in. But I get a Quagsire, I name Luffy, and I easily hit him, and he learns Earthquake by level up, so it's okay. Now it's time for Crash Awake. Now this water type and water type battle is one that does not end with a couple tears and a couple retries and tweakings on my team. But the plan is simple. As you can see now, Jinbei had to come out using his Ice Beams, but after he got dangerously low, I had to switch him out. Now, after a bunch of switching shenanigans with Floatzu, freezing me and countering me with a bunch of brines, I can now move on to the very uneventful battle where I literally just used Earthquake for like the entire time with Luffy, and Jinbei came out simply so I could save Earthquake BP. I even beat his Bastio on only 2 hits. After Big Mom sees all her dead, I actually find a Feebas. Okay, this is huge because I couldn't even believe it myself. So I'm going to explain to you right now why it's so important. So you see, in this lake area, there's 4 tiles where Feebas can spawn at 50%. This changes every day, and it's no guarantee. To get this, this was on my first 3 tiles. That is insane. After I catch it with a quick ball, and then my Boa Hancock, and with a bunch of contests and shenanigans, I'm able to evolve her. Now it's time for I forgot her name. Anyways, I'm able to use flash cannons, but I have to retry after I forget Pilot Sun's a ground type. So now I send out Big Mom instead so she can take it out with a couple Aqua Tails. Now I use 2 flamethrowers, but Big Mom ends up dying to her Abomasnow. It's okay. I come out and I use 2 flash cannons and I easily take it down. Next is Frostlass, and luckily the hail went away, so I can easily kill it before it does all that snow clip thing. I bring back Kobe and evolve it into a Vaporeon. I beat Cyrus, but Big News Morgan dies to a Murkrow. So I have to catch a Tentacruel and I bring back Roanoa Zoro. Now, after a bunch of Spear Pillar stuff that causes a bunch of shenanigans, I'm able to fight Cyrus in the Distortion World. I sent out Luffy to beat his Houndoom, but Houndoom took me low and burnt Jinbei, so I had to send him out, and my HM Mule, Usopp did come out, and I technically did break the rule, but he was an HM, he didn't do anything. Kobe comes out and dies, while Hancock comes out and nearly dies. Sanji comes out and he actually tanks all the Earthquakes Gyarados bringing out really well. But the Giga Impact, luckily the poison and from Hancock's Toxic took it out. But seriously, wow, you can see right now how easily I'm getting my ass handed to me. But after a couple Flash Cannon shenanigans with Weavile, I'm now thinking, who can I send out? Looking at my team, I send out Boa Hancock so I could heal up. But luckily, he misses his cross poison, meaning I'm able to heal him up and hit him with a Psychic. I heal up again and then use another Psychic as he hits me with an Air Slash, meaning I do win. Now it's time to fight the devil himself. Lord Giratina. And after he does this much to Luffy, I run! Who do you think I run? No. Now it's time for my rival at the Elite Four. And this fight was not very underwhelming. All my Pokemon just easily beat his with only a couple moves. So I could skip over this, but this is a fun time to say that I completely forgot to record Volkner. But don't worry, I did do him. I did get Gem Badge. Nothing funny going on. I didn't do anything different about my team. I just forgot to bring in the recording. I did record it, I just forgot to put it in here. So again, I'm giving you this. As a little warning that I did beat Volkner. Anyways, now after his Snorlax being so annoying to kill, but I was able to take it down with Nami, bringing her back for the team. Now the team for the league is Jinbei the Empoleon, Sanji the Golduck, Nami the Floatzu, Boa Hancock the Milotic, Luffy the Quagsire, and Zoro the Tentacruel. Now, I'm able to beat Aaron quite quickly with a bunch of Drill Pecks, but I have to send out Sanji for his Heracross, and his Heracross does a lot, but 2 Psychics could take it out. I send out Luffy, which uses a bunch of Rock Tombs to take down his Vespiquen, but I switch out Sanji, and I use 3 Sword Stances, and to set up, I heal for a bit, and 1 Waterfall takes down his Sizzle. Out comes Drapion, and I'm able to take it out with 1 Waterfall. Now, I do the same strategy where I use Sword Stances, 3 specifically. And after I have to switch out because it gets too low again. I end up having to switch out Nami, then I switch into Sanji, which is use a Surf. Out comes the Toxic Spikes, and I have to reset because it kills Zoro, and I need Zoro. So after I repeat my same things, I just decide I can easily sweep them all with Sanji because he's fast enough to beat them. Okay, now it's time for the thing that you would think would be the easiest, but I didn't know his Infernape was packing Thunder Punch, and they all had Solar Beam, which makes sense. There's a Fire type user having coverage for his Fire type weaknesses. But I do beat him as easy as you would think I do. It's quite of a struggle with all the Thunderbolts, and I had to reset for a time because I was gonna lose, but I did. But to prove you that I did do this, it's what did happen. So after I eventually use a Sword Stance Sweep Waterfall method that I've been using countless times before, it's now time for Will. Boy, was this guy annoying. His Mr. Mime came out and I had to use Brian to take it out. Next was his Gallade with a Leaf Blade, killing Nami. But Sanji came out with 2 Shadow Claws to take it out. Alakazam was just faster than me, but Boa Hancock has enough special defense to take any of his moves and has enough to bring it back. Out comes Sanji, which easily earthquakes the Espeon. Then Zoro comes out and Sword Stance, but the Earthquake does a lot, and I have to switch into Sanji, then Boa Hancock, and then maybe we'll take it over a couple surfs. Now it's time for Cynthia. Whoa, was she a problem? Out comes a Spiritomb, and I use a Surf with Luffy. Now I don't have a good switch, so I switch into Zoro and he uses his Sword Stances, but he does blow up better than Luffy, but he does get taken down. Out comes Garchomp, and one Ice Beam takes it down. Out comes Rozoid, and an Ice Beam from Jinbei can take it out. Out comes Lucario, and his Aura Fizz are doing a lot, and I don't think I can take it out. One Extreme Speed takes out Luffy, and I realize that maybe it's better for me to reset as I'm not getting anywhere far, since none of my team can handle Lucario. So on my next attempt, I use Zoro first, using a bunch of Sword Stances, then using a Waterfall strategy to take it out. Out comes Garchomp and one Ice Beam, but it hits me, it kills me, and it kills me before I can do it. So another attempt. I end up using the same Sword Stance strategy with Zoro, and it does work. Out comes, and for some reason I left Zoro in. I don't know. I'm out of speed, and I'm able to take out. Then my low tick goes down. So now it's time for Jinbei, which easily takes her out. Now I Earthquake with Luffy. As she heals, I heal, and then I heal again. He uses another Aura Split, and I have another Aura Split to take down Luffy. But one Psychic from Sanji can take it out. Now Togetic, which easily takes me down. But I'm able to clutch up the win, which I would say, but I didn't. Okay, I do the same battle again. No attempt, nothing really different happens. But I let Zoro go down. I use Ice Beam with Boa Hancock, and again I have to reset because I forgot the same attempt. Okay, new plan. I have to do this all over again. Same strategy, nothing different, nothing new. You get the gist. But the most important part about this is I'm able to salvage this by whittling the Lucario down. And for Togetic, I send out Sanji so I can heal up. After I hit it with a Surf and I allow it to take Sanji down, Sanji's able to clutch up the victory. Now Milotic against Milotic. I poison her Milotic as I start doing a bunch of stuff, rotating moves, but mostly sticking to Dragon Pulse. I send out Jinbei, starts using his Drill Pex to try and take it down, and eventually I'm able to take the victory. And that is how I beat Pokemon Platinum with only water types. Thanks so much for watching. It was really fun to do this, and it was like I feel like getting the Feebas at the midpoint of it was like kind of like a remedy. It was kind of like the same thing that I did with Pokemon Emerald with only grass types. How again that shiny Zubat, and I still feel like I have been a bit rusty. I didn't play very well in this at all. I did try to strategize, but I feel like most of my plans fell through because I haven't played Pokemon games for a really long time. I took a really long break playing other games like Yokai Watch and such. So next time if I do another challenge, I'm gonna make sure I focus on the grinding parts more, and I'm gonna think about my team building more, because this team was good and they did a lot of great things, but I think I've relied on using one strategy for the Pokemon, and if that failed, I would just have to retry. But 6 deaths in the entire run isn't bad, so see you later. Stay in the green butterfree flock.